What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. Let me just make sure all of my stuff is right here, because sometimes it's not. All right, I got that. All right, I think we're good. Uh, I'll start that again with no edit. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi, and you guys listening to episode 606. I am back doing a solo just because of the traveling, Vegas, the Super Bowl, a lot of stuff to talk about on the show, and then we'll get back into studio. We'll get back into studio sometime next week or after or in 2 weeks because I'm shooting a special. Got a lot of shit going on, but I'm here for you guys. I'm here. I know you guys love to listen to me rant and go solo, so that's what I'm doing here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Virzi Effect podcast. If you're listening, if you're watching, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a wild weekend in Las Vegas. But I will say this: very mature, very responsible, and smart. Okay. Did not go to the big parties till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with loud music where you could barely hear yourself speak. Everybody's drunk and doing something. It wasn't like that. We did the live podcast. Want to shout everybody out who came to the live Anything Better podcast that me and Bill did from Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. It was such a perfect setup, so fun and great. Except for one asshole that was in the club that I'm actually kind of glad it happened because now we know to screen these people out. There was just a dickhead. I don't care if you're listening, dude. I don't care if your girl's listening. I don't care, man. There were some celebrity athletes around this guy that really fucking had a hard time. I mean, dude, I'm not going to lie. People did not like this guy. And the more I thought about this guy, I was like, what a awful aura and vibe that this person has. It was just one of those people that were like so entitled, rude, was questioning all the things I was saying, being a dick about it. And then, of course, at the end, stood up and shook my hand. It was just awful, man. The guy was just really, and it's one of those people that I don't think they can help it or even know. Yeah, I actually felt bad for the girl he was with, man. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I don't know if that was his wife or whatever, but that was like, oof, that was a rough one. And one thing I said, and by the way, everybody else was so cool. Everybody else was into it. We were joking around with people. We were talking sports. We were doing some prop bets. And I said Patrick Mahomes to throw 300 yards or more was the first bet that I really liked. And this one fucking guy in the front, this dickhead was like, what are you talking about? It's not even close to that. It's only like 248. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why it's called a prop bet, to make some money with some fucking odds. And guess what? He threw for 331 yards. Okay. So there you go. And it was cool to have somebody take that bet and win money on that. So we had a good time doing the live show. Saturday golf was incredible. We played at Summit, which is by far the nicest golf course I've ever been in my life. You feel like you're up in the mountains. You see snow-capped mountains. It's beautiful. And then there's a hole where you see the entire Vegas Strip while you're up there in the mountains. It was unbelievable. Had a great moment. A chip birdie on 18 while me and Bertolina were our friend Mike Bertolina. Shout out to Mike Bertolina, El Presidente of all things comedy. And we were betting per hole, and I was beating him by like 3 holes the whole way. And then he chips it down to even going into 18. He cuts the thing down, and I'm going, shit. Now I'm winning the round, but as far as money, so then we upped the last hole like 5 times what we were doing on the other holes. And we both tee off. His tee shot goes first and is great. But then my tee shot basically matched him. I was like 5 feet short, opposite side. Then his second shot hits the green. My second shot or I'm sorry, third shot, our second or third shots go mine, his is on the green. Mine is like 5 to 10 yards off the green in the rough in the back. And dude, I chipped I chipped this thing in for birdie, and you would have thought I won. You would honestly thought I won like the Masters or like the British Open or the US Open. I mean, I lost control of myself. I hugged my caddy from behind. I was jumping around. I threw off my hat. It was such an amazing time, but more than anything else, it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. Amazing golf course, friends. We were having some drinks out there. We were smoking cigars, but we did it right. We didn't do it like animals. Plus, I was playing such good golf that I'm like, I'm not going to get drunk and ruin this. So I was like sipping the whole time because I was having such a good round. Um, anyway, we do that. Then we go to dinner at night at the Bellagio. And then we could have like, there were some wild parties, but it was like, you know what? Let's play some cards, hang out, stay here. We tried to go to that Shaquille O'Neal party, and it was such an absolute shit show. All these Vegas Super Bowl parties is they use the celebrity's name. Oh, go to Shaq's Funhouse party at the Wynn. And you go there, and Shaq is like at the DJ booth with the DJ. And there's a million people trying to get in. And even when you have access to getting in by the stage, you're like, it's a fight to get there. It's a fight to get a drink. It's like that nightclub shit when you're a kid. And we were just like, nah, you know what? Nah, let's not do this. So we saw some cool people, man. I met Dana White. That was real cool. Trevor Lawrence, I saw golfing. He was fucking awesome. Quiet, but seemed like, waved and was like really like you could tell a cool dude. Trying to think what else. Like, yeah, you just saw everybody, internet influencers, fucking all these different people were there. Everybody's there. And it was just a really like cool time, man. I got to be honest, I can't remember the last time I was somewhere for a weekend with friends and it was just chill and great. A little bit of a thrash in the mornings, just having to get up and do shit, like there was no sleeping in because you were doing fun shit. But I'm on a diet and I'm trying not to drink because I got my special coming up. So I'm trying to keep my body in shape. I'm trying to do everything I can to look good when I shoot. So I got that on my mind, but then there's always something to do. And then came the Super Bowl. And I want to just say, amazing game. I switched my pick at the very end. If you listen to the show, I switched it to the 49ers. I was thinking that the whole world was taking the Chiefs and the Niners have so much talent and the Niners were staying quiet, which I liked. There was a lot of hype on the Chiefs. The Niners just kind of seemed like, and then their defense started to play what reminded me of the Giants defense against the Patriots. Just a defensive line getting to Mahomes, making the Chiefs really uncomfortable in the first half, putting up 10 unanswered points in the first half. Or yeah, in the beginning of the game. And then yeah, then you slowly see the tide turning, but the fumble at the 5-yard line was brutal. Um what else? The fumble was rough. And yeah, there were just a couple of things that you were like, man, if that doesn't happen. And I guess that's football. But I don't like this idea of like Mahomes, man, he did it. Like he's the new Brady. I got to be honest with you. Patrick Mahomes didn't play that good of a game. I know he threw for 300 yards, but he didn't play that good of a game. He threw a pick, a bad pick. He missed some targets. But yeah, I think that the special teams bailed him out, especially from the 5-yard line. That one, man, that was brutal. And look, a defense can bend and not break only so long in a game. So it was one of those things, but I also think that McCaffrey should have got the ball a lot more times. I will really be honest with you. There was a stretch where I leaned over and I just said to the guys we were with, I go, is McCaffrey like not touching the ball? Like, is it me or is like McCaffrey not getting the ball enough? And it just like didn't seem like they were doing that enough to control the clock. Purdy didn't make conversions, when he needed to down the stretch. All the kickers pretty much did their job. Of course, that blocked extra point, comes back and haunts you, which we all knew that that was going to happen. Great Super Bowl, second Super Bowl in history to go to overtime. The commercial breaks are a little bit of a drag when you're actually at the game because it's a lot longer than when you're at a normal game. But I will say, great experience, great seats. The halftime show was like whatever, those weren't like crazy songs that I were into, so it didn't really matter to me. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I thought that the game was really, really well played by both defenses. And I feel like the 49ers kind of let them off the hook, like that old what was the coach's name? And they let him off the hook. Shit, Dennis, what the hell? But he said we knew who they were. We knew exactly who they were, and they let him off the hook. I feel like, you know, Kyle Shanahan, they said, I don't want to talk bad about a guy who's living his dream and doing well, but gets outscored in the fourth quarter of Super Bowls and stuff. And, you got to learn how to win when you have a lead in the fourth quarter and really close it out. And I don't know if they did that. I didn't love some of the play calling and stuff, but other than that, amazing game. It was nuts to just see the amount of famous people just walking in. It was really like a nutty, star-studded event. One rapper was there, and like Bias Wayne Newton's walking into the fucking. I mean, it was pretty nuts and cool. I gotta say this: I don't know if I can go to a Super Bowl if my New York Football Giants are in it because of the mayhem, the chaos, half of the building being the enemy, caring so much about it, not knowing how to handle walking out of there if they lose. You don't want to act like an asshole if they win. It's just one of those things where sitting at home, I mean, maybe if there was like a dynasty, like if the Giants ever got to the point where they were going to be there multiple times, like the Chiefs, maybe I'd pick one of them to go to. But I don't know. I don't know, man. It was a lot. I mean, Mike Bertolini is standing and he's on this roller coaster ride as a diehard Niners fan. And I was rooting for them with him and, hoping that they would pull it out. And I just saw the emotional roller coaster the guy when I was like, I don't know if I could do this shit with the Giants, man. This might be too much. I may just have to be at home with like two or three Giant fans, put my feet up and relax. And I can't take years off my life over some shit like that. You know, being anxious at the national anthem. Then you go through that cocky phase where something good happens and you're like, no, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But I feel bad for Niner fans, man, because this is their third Super Bowl in a row they lost. That's rough. And to have the lead in I think both of them, if that's right. Am I right about saying that? I think they had the lead in the last two against the Chiefs. Dude, it was rough. Couple penalties there at the end. There was definitely a holding that once again they did not call on Kansas City. Uh, do I think it's rigged? No. All of this talk about is the Super Bowl rigged? Is the Super Bowl rigged? No. The Super Bowl can be manipulated due to favoritism. The NFL could like a guy winning the way the NBA liked when Jordan won. I do think that there's some of that. I think that they don't get every call right. But as far as saying, is the NFL straight up fixed? No. Guys are running out there so fast. When you go into a Super Bowl and you see these people running and these guys could get paralyzed, they're not all organized in an orchestrated fix where they're tackling each other and throwing each other down to the ground. You could hear them get popped and it's all fake. I don't think that at all. I think that certain players could fuck up. I think that certain officials throw certain flags that other officials don't. I do think that there are fuck ups. Look what happened to the Knicks, man. That Knicks game was a straight robbery against the Rockets. The game was over and they did that. The Knicks are appealing, but that and then the refs come out and say, "Yeah, we messed that up." Does it? I mean, the worst case was what happened with the what was it? The Rams and the Saints. That pass interference call in the NFC Championship game. I mean, that's one of the most egregious things I've ever seen in the history of sports. So does shit happen? Yeah, but is it a full-on fix? No. No, and I think a lot of that is sour grapes for people that don't like the Chiefs. But it was a fun game. It was a fun time being there. They had good food, they had good drinks. They were everybody was so into it. It was just a nice experience. It was great weather. Although Vegas was cold the day before. When we golfed, it was freezing and a little uncomfortable with the wind. And I was like, shit, I don't feel like we're out in the desert in Vegas. It felt like we were on the East Coast, but it was such a great time. And yeah, I got to play blackjack with the Greek Freak, the producer of the show. Got to play a little 3-card poker. It was just a lot of fun, man. We had a lot of fun, and it was a great experience out in Vegas. I want to thank everybody who listened and went to the live Anything Better, except that dickhead. I hope he never shows up again. Burr said to me too. Burr's like, dude, I have not seen you not like in person like that. It was like, it was just like he was just such a, and he was complaining about the show, and then literally the U.S. I shouldn't even say who was there. There were some fucking big sports people right behind him, and they were just like, "Shut the fuck up, get out of here," and then he had to be talked to. Just it was nuts. But other than that guy, other than that person, I want to say that it was an amazing event and it was a lot of fun to talk and to talk shit and to talk shit and do what we do on the podcast in front of everybody. And, you know, Bill was Bill, I was myself, and it was just a lot of fun. So, thank you guys. And speaking of live stuff coming up, I just want to shout out before, I don't know, do we have I need to find out if I have a sponsor. I should probably be more prepared and be able to know that going in, but I just came home and turned on my shit. What was I going to say? Yes, guys. So Saratoga this weekend, Saratoga Springs. If you are in the Albany, Saratoga, upstate New York area, no, I don't do coke. This stupid fucking, this mustache right here, the top part I didn't get. So like when I go with the clippers, the top part, there's always like a whisker or two, and it gets me here. So I do this. What do you do? Coke? Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, I decided when I hit 40 and I got into my 40s, I was like, yeah, why don't I start doing coke with 2 kids and do that shit? Fucking dumb podcast listeners. I swear, I even said this at the live show. I love the fans. I love the fans and I love the people that listen. But some of you people are, I mean, not my fans, because my fans, not you, because you're my fans and you're smart. But some people that listen to podcasts are the dumbest pieces of shit. Like when you do this for a living and you actually listen to some people, you hear some people's comments, so you actually talk to people, you realize how dumb we live amongst some really dumb, dumb pieces of shit. But other than that, my fans are the shit. And I wanted to let you guys know that if you are a fan and you're in that Albany, Saratoga, what do they have? Troy, New York. Fuck it. Who can, even if you're in the Poughkeepsie, Wappingers, Fishkill, Hopewell, fucking from that point up to Saratoga. What is that? An hour drive, whatever it is. I will be running my special, my hour that I'm going to be shooting February 24th. I'm going to be running at this weekend, the 16th and 17th. Yes, one show on Friday the 16th, 2 shows Friday the 17th. Then the next week, I will be in Austin, Texas at the Red Room. The Red Room, I think it's the Red Room. Yeah, the Red Room at Cap City Comedy Club. It's a little off of downtown Austin. It's not like downtown Austin. It's a little ways, I think 20, 30 minutes outside of like downtown Austin. But they have a room at Cap City called the Red Room. It's very small, it's very intimate, 75, 80 people, whatever it is. I'm going to be running my hour Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before heading to Chicago and running my hour Saturday, February 24th. So, if you're in Saratoga Springs, New York, or in that area, get tickets. They're available now. We added it last minute, so I need whoever I can get in there, to check me, run this hour. I'm going to do a meet and greet. It's a small, intimate setting to come and check me out. And I should be on my game because we're getting ready to shoot this thing. So you can get tickets to that, paulvirzi.com. The Red Room at Cap City on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Tickets are available for that. That's a small room. And then, of course, guys, the Den Theater a week from this Saturday, which is February 24th in Chicago. I cannot wait. They opened up the side seats because the floor is completely full and packed out. The side is almost done. It's going to be sold out by showtime. I cannot wait to get there. We got two shows, I believe a 7:15 and a 9:30. So get your tickets, get into the Den. Your boy is coming in hot. Your boy's coming in ready. I got some shit to talk. We're going to have a great time in there. I saw what the backdrop looks like and the setup, man. It is dope. It's going to be great. And I cannot wait to bring my first hour out of New York. I did my album in New York. I'll Say This for Comedy Central in New York. I did Nocturnal Admissions for Netflix in New York. I mean, all different parts of New York. One was like a little more Westchester. One was a little further up across the bridge. And the album was in the city. So it's not all in New York City, but this is a first time Midwest, great people, great city, great comedy town Chicago is, and a great venue. So hopefully you get tickets to that. And then we have some other stuff lined up. We're going to be going to, I think I'm going to be doing a dojo in Jersey in March, one night only. I'm going to be Naples, Florida in March. And, yeah, so it's all good, man. And then a lot more dates are coming in. So, somebody's coming to talk to me. I got to say that I know on a text because I do know. And also, guys, one thing that's really fucking amazing is I get off. I didn't talk about this, but I'll tell you guys because you guys always ask about my kids and stuff, and I appreciate that because you guys are nice, and the people that aren't, fuck them. But the really cool thing was I got out of the car. I got to the airport, okay, and I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't been drinking a lot, okay. Maybe you could see it in the slender face, but I haven't been drinking a lot, okay. And then Sunday, the Super Bowl, had some drinks. Then I was up late talking. So just had like steady drinks on Sunday. Get to the airplane, want to crash. It's a little uncomfortable. And I find out my son's last regular season game for school is coming up. And the last game he got like he just shot the lights out in overtime and they beat a good school and he had a game-winning block after hitting 2 threes in overtime. So I want to get to his last game and I get to his last game after the first quarter, but I was watching on the phone the first quarter in the car service from the airport. I'm shot, I'm tired, I'm slightly hungover. I'm back from Super Bowl. I'm exhausted. I tell the car, don't bring me home. Just take me to my kid's school. I get out of this fucking Mercedes and got my bags. I see my wife's car. I put the bags in my wife's car. I go into the gymnasium. And long story short, it's getting chippy against a team that probably should have beat them. And they're in it. And my son gets a game-winning steal with 4 seconds left. The other team, we were up 2 with 4 seconds. And the other team was coming down and Lucas got a steal. And I'm losing my mind, man. And I'm so excited. And now he just texted me something that I had to take care of. But dude, I gotta tell you, when your son or daughter gets a game winner on anything, you were like, and you start not liking kids on other teams. I looked at the other teams like bleachers And I almost purposely say, yeah, you're not that good. You guys just aren't that good. Just because they were chippy and being dicks, I was gonna go, you guys aren't that good. Like, we're probably gonna beat you. But like, and then I just see it's like a fat mom hugging her husband. Like, there's no reason for me to be mean. They're watching the same game, but you just get so into it. Like, I'm gonna call a woman, an asshole, or just, tell a dad you're a dick because your kid sucks. You're probably bad parents. All of these thoughts go through your mind, at least my mind. What's that kid gonna look like when he's your age? Look at that fucking monster. All these different horrible things. But dude, when your son or daughter hits a big shot or gets a big steal or block, or they do something, it feels good. Now, listen, if they don't do good, you feel bad. You feel bad for them and you want them to, because you know their potential. But when they do good, you're like, oh my God, because you know that potential too. And so it was amazing to do all that Super Bowl shit and then come home and go see my son's game. And then I literally slept for like 16 hours. I'm not kidding. I was just out cold. Um, and yeah, I'm getting ready for some more acting. I'm trying to get my body in shape and I'm trying to get ready for the special. I got a bunch of shit going on. So I am just yeah, man. I'm in it now. I'm in it. I got a fucking homemade sauna, not a homemade sauna, but like a private sauna at the house, which is amazing. You should use it. It's good for your heart. I heard Alzheimer's, it prevents all that stuff. So, I mean, who knows? You read a blog and you think, no, you know that. You just start telling people shit. Who knows if that's true? Nobody knows if that's true or not. It could be detrimental. They'll find out in a year. Going to a sauna speeds up shit. Nobody knows. It's all bullshit. It is all bullshit. But we went into the steam room and the hot tubs at the Bellagio, and it was everything you hope and dreamed it would be. It was, I mean, I gotta say, shout out to the Bellagio for doing this shit right. It is a dope hotel. The fountains outside. It was just really, really nice. I would recommend if you go to Vegas to stay at the Bellagio or the Venetian. Those are two that are really, really like I think beautiful. And of course, am I a little biased because they're Italian? Yeah. You know, the Bellagio has a vowel at the end. Let's do that. I'll take Bellagio over fucking Circus or whatever the other ones are. Uh, that dump the Rio. You know what I mean? Those places are gross. But the Bellagio was the shit. The Super Bowl was the shit. Shaquille O'Neal's party was fucking horrible. Uh, what else? I probably shouldn't be saying that. It was though. It was just one of these things. We walked in and it was just like, what is this? What is this? There's a red carpet. You just see some fucking 7-foot basketball player and Shaq's great. I heard. I would love to meet Shaq, but you just see him like yelling from the thing, and people are walking. It was like, what are we supposed to do? That's not a party. A party should be some laid back. Everyone gets a table. Everybody gets a bottle service. There's music. You can go on the dance floor, but you can still have the ability to go talk to people. That's what a party should be. That's what a party is. A party shouldn't be, oh, what's up, man? Yeah, fucking tomorrow's gonna be. No, that's stupid. That's really stupid to be like, yo, who you got? You got the Chiefs and the Niners. Yeah, this is crazy. I can't see shit. Yeah, it took me 25 minutes to get a drink. Did you see Shaq's big fucking body? Yeah, this is crazy. It was stupid. It was really fucking stupid. And it's just a dumb status bullshit thing. And then you have friends in Vegas texting. I had friends in Vegas texting me, and listen, I'm not going to mention name, but like some celebrity friends, like, hey man, where you at? Yeah, come out. I'm hammered. And I'm like, I'm not coming out if you're hammered. You ever do that shit? You ever show up to a party and the person you're going to meet is hammered? Look who it is. They don't remember talking to you. Talk to them the next day. They're like, oh shit, what time did you get there? It's not worth it. You know what I did? I had a buddy tell me he was hammered. And I was like, all right, well, I've been drinking a little bit. You're hammered. So it's never going to get good for either of us. So how about I stay at my hotel, you stay where you're at, and I am going to play some cards and go to my room and get ready to enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did. That's the other thing I learned about going to the Super Bowl. When you're at the Super Bowl and you have friends and people in the Super Bowl, they're all like, hey, where you at? Oh no, dude, what are you doing tonight? Oh shit, maybe we'll meet up, and it's always like this. So I learned. I learned, but I think I did it right. Because the old Paulie would have been like, "You're hammered? Fuck it, I'm gonna do a shot. I'm hammered. Let's go meet up hammered." Then I would have met him hammered. Then we would have got more hammered. Now I got to get back to my hotel alone in a car service, or who knows where the night takes me. And then I'm miserable for the Super Bowl the next day. And it's just, meanwhile, I was really tired from golf, stayed in, I did it smart. So there you go. There you go. That's learn how to hang 101 with yours truly, Paul T. Virzi. That's what I will say about that. Yeah, Brock Purdy looked okay early on. He made some nice throws, but I don't think, both of the quarterbacks just, it really was the defenses that kept defenses and special teams were the name of the game. And then when the Chiefs were in the red zone, but it is funny how the Chiefs don't score in the red zone uh, at the end of regulation. They kick a field goal to go to overtime, and then they did the other way. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, it's like the Niners held on until the very end, which it was either way. It's sickening, right? No matter how you slice it up, if you're a Niners fan, it's tough. I am, you guys know that I am the fan of this team, the New York Football Giants, and I hope they keep Saquon and whatever they're gonna do, but it would be really rough for me to deal with that shit. And another bad thing about going to the Super Bowl is I saw zero commercials. So I don't know if any of the commercials were good. That much I didn't know. But I will take that trade off to have the seats that I had. Here's the other thing about the Super Bowl, I would say. Don't go to the Super Bowl if you have really, really bad seats. I would say if you have medium to good seats, go. I would say slightly under average seats, go. But then when you start getting to like lower than average seats, really above, just to say that you were there, you will enjoy it more at home for sure, especially if you decide the 1 year to go, the one city to go to. If you pick the city, you're like, I love that city. This is where I want to go see the Super Bowl. Just get decent to good seats. It'll be extra money, maybe even thousands, but you're already paying thousands anyway for a bad seat. So you might as well go the extra mile if you're going to go. That would be also other advice. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, go back to this when you ever go to a big sporting event or a Super Bowl. This is what you do. Are you ready for this? Wherever you are in the stadium, you're near a bathroom, which is great. We figured out, we put on an absolute clinic on where and how to piss for the big game. So what we did was I held my piss for the first couple of drinks, and I waited and I waited and I waited. Then the timeouts are so long that even if there's a big moment, like there's a 3rd and 8, and it's an important 3rd and 8, everybody's staying to watch. But here's the thing I learned about the Super Bowl. The TV timeouts are so long because of the commercials that you actually have time. If you can get up and go to the bathroom, piss and get back, you can get back. When Usher performed, I swear to God, this is real. Usher was performing, and now my pee started. So I wanted to see how the beginning went, because he performed for what? Like, I think they performed for like between 18 and 20 minutes, whatever the show is. So his like last couple, all the good big songs that I knew were done. And then he just brought out like right when like Ludacris came out or whatever. And okay, great hype. I knew that the show was over in 2-3 minutes, but I cared more about the football. So with like 2 minutes left in the halftime thing, I ran up. Everybody stayed. The bathroom is empty, and there are TV on there are TVs on. I'm sorry, with the halftime show. So not only do you hear it on the way to the bathroom, but it was the last 2 minutes. I saw it on TV. I took a piss. I get back. They're still undoing the stage. I missed nothing of the game. So you got to pick the smart times to go piss at a Super Bowl. And those are them. TV timeouts. Okay, the end of the halftime show, but like 3 minutes, because somebody thinks some big thing is going to happen, and it's not. The only big thing that's going to happen is, their friend who's a musician is going to come out and do that little piece. You could fucking get out, unless it's your favorite artist. Usher's not my favorite artist. Now, had it been a couple years ago with Eminem, Dr. Dre, and them, I probably wouldn't have left my seat. I would have waited to the very end. But Usher, If it was like a Katy Perry, no offense. If it's any of that shit, dude, I'm going to piss with 2 minutes left in the halftime show. And then you come down and you're back for the game. Perfect. You're welcome. You could even go get food. You could go take a piss, go get yourself a drink that takes a little long, go get yourself a food, get back, and now you're good for the second half. I'm telling you, man, you got to time it properly. Um, yeah, it was just, I'm trying to think of like, I learned a lot of things. Like I learned that yeah, when you see like famous people, like I saw Dana White and it was like no questions. I got introduced to him. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. No questions. Just fucking, you know, you could see how a drunk asshole ruins it. Does that make sense? You could just see. Um, but it was overall amazing. And I wish we had on video my birdie putt, my birdie chip in. It was, dude, I chipped in birdie on 18, tied with a buddy for money, and on a hard course where it was like putting on the kitchen floor. And it was just the greatest feeling. I'm not gonna lie. It was like the greatest way to end my favorite day of golf, maybe ever. It was, I think, my favorite top two, three tops favorite golf outings ever. Probably because of how beautiful it was. If you're ever in Vegas, you got to play Summit. It was, they're just driving along, and as they're driving, the caddy, by the way, we have caddies. They know everything. And he goes, "Hey man, you want a shot? You want a shot of tequila?" I go, "What?" They have buried coolers like under little like manholes, like on the way. Like they have a, yeah, you want to shoot or go ahead, you could do a shot. And I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm playing good." But like you could just, every 5 holes, there's like a place you could eat and drink, and everything is on the house. They don't want to candy, drinks, everything. Go fill it up. Like it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. It was like, what was that? The fat German kid in Willy Wonka? That's how it was for like a golf. It was like going to Willy Wonka's thing for golf people that just love golf, having some drinks and the whole atmosphere on a golf course. Cigars. It was the craziest shit ever. Um, and I really, really enjoyed myself. I'm trying to think. I know you guys want me to rant and probably be mad at anything. I'm trying to think of what I could be mad at. Um, the one thing that I did get mad at is when I was on my airplane, I moved my seat and I felt like the guy in the back of me was getting annoyed, but it's like it's my seat. They give me the option to go back. And now I'm trying to be this nice guy, not going back in my seat. And I wanted to be like, "Hey, dude, fuck you, man." You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm trying to get myself angry because things are going fine, but it was just not cool on the and by the way, Delta, I'm not trying to sound like a dick here, but come on, man, can we make the seats go back a little further in first class? I know that that sounds like fucking first world problems and all this shit, but I got to tell you, man, I wasn't that comfortable. The car service was more comfortable than that. And can we get a lay flat from over a 4 hour flight, 6 hours there, 4 hours back? We're paying all this money for first class. Can we fucking lay down instead of we just have basically a wider seat on the people in the rest of the plane and access to something to eat or drink. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I was like, dude, let me fucking lay down. I'm exhausted. How funny would it have been if I said that? If I would have said that to the flight attendant? Yeah, look, man, I drank all day at the Super Bowl yesterday. Can I lay down? I need to fucking, yo, I need to lay down right now. You know what I mean? I'm fucking, were you at the Super Bowl yesterday drinking from the first quarter? No, I was. Okay. Were you pre gaming? No. Did you go back to the casino after the Super Bowl and continue drinking? No, I did. All right. I need more than a towel. Um, all right, everybody. I love you guys. This episode has been 605. I can't wait to see you guys in Saratoga Springs the day after tomorrow. I hope you guys are there Friday, Saturday. Can't wait to see you in Austin. Come out there. I'm doing some pods out there. I really appreciate everything. 2024 is getting better. My back is a little better. Physical therapy. Shout out to Liz. She's helping me. I got to go back and see her, but she's getting me through this shit with these exercises and what I need to do and exactly where the problem is. So that's been great. And yeah, no food poisoning at the Super Bowl, so that worked out well too. So and the Den Theater, the 24th. And I don't know what I'm doing with this special, guys. I don't really know. I don't want to wait on anybody. I want to get this thing done, get it edited, and get it out. And I don't know what that means. I will let you guys know, but it's coming, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. And I can't wait to perform it. And I hope you guys can see it live and at the den. And I hope to see you guys all soon.